Wait a minute. Something's amiss already. Get your ass out of my spot. Yeah! Welcome to the basement. Dolphins edition. As you can see, the boy is here to host, take shit over for a little bit. So I'm your host, Roy A. Shepherd, and I'm joined today by my guy JMV, my man 416J, my guy Alex. And for the first time in a long time, I got one of them Kangs with me. Welcome to the middle of the Kang gang. My boy, the boy Dale. So, fellas, we're doing Dolphin shit today, which is out of my league. So I'm gonna spend a lot of time passing this rock around. And we're gonna kick it off with JMV. JMV, bro. Nope, you're going to the back of the bus. Black man's here, he goes first. Kendall, we start with you, bro, because they didn't hear your voice after the last game. Just give me your thoughts of what you saw from the Dolphins in week 1.
I saw the same Dolphins team from last year with an explosive top 3 receiver in the game in Tyreek Hill, and that was pretty much it. It was pretty much a mixture of last year and 2020 team. You know what I'm saying? Defense carried mostly everything, and we got a game breaker, and it's just someone who put fear in the defense heart, and you could see it. Shit was wide open like never before. That is the best offensive weapon that this team has ever had, ever, like since Marino for sure. And Tyreek Hill better. It just is what it is, and it's a passing league. He better. Defense, you know what I'm saying? I CB2 problems. What my man need him getting. Well, not my man. He is what he is. No blocking from Gesicki. Softer than a bitch. And the quarterback, he made some improvements, but also he's still that same guy. He at some point in the game, he gonna cost players Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? And he decided to do it in what used to be his best quarter, the fourth quarter. 3 bonehead plays, but yeah, they got the W versus sorry ass Patriots. So I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? That boy is 4-0 versus the greatest coach of all time. So if Dolphins fans need something to boast about, that is it.
Speaking of Dolphin fans who gonna boast, we're gonna pass it to our resident homer, Alex. Alex, go ahead and give us your Dolphins takes from game 1.
Listen. All right, I was a big time homer at the end of last stream because I had a few beers and I was hyped that we beat the Patriots. After reviewing some of the film, looking at some of the reactions, I have to lean a little bit towards what you said. It was a very similar game to last year. The entire team moved a similar way. And I can't lie to you, our first touchdown being a defensive touchdown brought me right back to last year, like that scoop and score. And I want to give the defense their flowers. They did a great job. But, man, it was just really good to see Tyreek Hill play. And I do think there's a clear system improvement that you can definitely see from the offensive side of the ball. They're game planning better. They have a better idea of where they should be going. Maybe not Tua, but the receivers, the offensive linemen, the run game, they have a better idea of where they should be going. But the biggest difference that I saw between last year in this game, we actually have some dudes besides Tyreek Hill who can make dudes miss. Chase Edmonds was making a bunch of dudes miss. Raheem Mostert on a big 3rd down made 2 dudes miss at the 4th quarter, found his way to get a first down, keep the drive alive, keep running that clock. But, yeah, man, the biggest surprise, though, tight end position was MIA the entire game. We've heard all offseason the Shanahan offense uses tight ends to a T. Great, George Kittle career blew up, wasn't a number 1 overall pick or anything because of this system, and no tight end really stuck out to me. I know Smythe had a catch. I think Hunter Long had a catch. Gesicki did absolutely nothing. So that was interesting to me, but I was just happy to get the win. But to be honest with you, we're better than the Patriots. Like, it was fun to celebrate on Sunday, but this Patriot team stinks. Like, this is one of the worst teams we're going to face all year. I said, on Spaces months ago, we're going to have more problems with the Jets than the Patriots this year because they know our system. The Patriots reek. We should be excited for week 2, but I was just happy for Mike McDaniel and the defense more than anything.
Yeah, just a little pushback on one of the things that you said. Gesicki didn't do absolutely nothing. He had 1 catch for 2 yards. So get your facts straight when you come on this show with me, Alex. I don't take the type of foolishness Kachi and Chisholm takes on this show, okay? We will be disciplined, okay? You fumbled my football. I'll break my foot. Never mind. 416J, tell us how the game looked from Canada, my boy.
From Canada, it looked decent. You know, I got the VPN going just to watch the game. Like, man, had to make a big investment just to watch my Dolphins play. But it was cool. I thought it was like a C- game overall. Obviously, the defense played great. The offense was a little bit lackluster. But to do that and still beat a Bill Belichick-led team and beat a division rival by 13 points, like I'll take that every single day of the week. Obviously, not the cleanest game. I think there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed and cleaned up. But I'll take that every day. I think Tua needs to clean up a little bit more. I thought Mike McDaniel had a good game on the whole, but there's definitely some things where you could see that he needed to improve, and you could see it was probably his first regular season game. So lots of things to be cleaned up, but on the whole, like a pretty good game, to be honest. A win is a win to me.
I'm with that. Like, because I look at football very similarly. Like, as long as you win the game, then you were the better team that day. Like, and so I'll take wins as they come. JMV, another positive Patty that we have on the panel. Look at that, all them P's. I might as well get along. JMV, give me your thoughts on the game for Sunday, bro.
Nah, as Kendo and Alex said, it was very similar to 2021, with the exception that there was a lot of pre-snap movement. That's something that we didn't have before. The offense didn't look like it was lost. There was a lot of times last year where you were playing and it looked like a high school. I don't even want to give them a varsity tag. They look like a junior varsity team at times, you know. But Tua took a couple more intermediate throws than last year, there was improvements. But all in all, it was very similar. The defense held it down. That is a positive. Josh Boyer called a good game, so I don't want to say excited yet, but I'm intrigued moving forward because that's a concern for everybody here. I think all five of us can kind of agree on that. But let's see how Josh Boyer does in week 2 with one of the most explosive quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, I like to suggest this is a preview show, so we are going to get to that game. But I do kind of want to talk about the offense and defense separately a little bit with you guys. So, JMV, I'm going to throw this question to you. Like, I heard you guys all kind of like similarly voice that, shout out to Heather for joining us. She said she would in the chat. Appreciate you, Heather, for showing up, checking in. Have a great stream. Appreciate you. So, JMV, I did want to kind of take the time to go offense versus defense for a little bit. So, offensively, you all kind of agreed that you were enjoying some of the new things that you say. You pick one thing that you enjoyed the most that was different than last year, like in the offense that you've seen. What was your one thing, the greatest improvement in your eyes from the Dolphins offense?
Oh, definitely the pre-snap movement. That's something we haven't had in like the last 2 years. You know, guys were getting open immediately. I mean, I know Tyreek Hill is that guy, but aside from him, the offense in general, there were a lot of guys open. I know we were force-feeding Tyreek Hill for the entire game. Kind of mind-blowing, but it's definitely that's the one thing that you can take out of this. And as the offense gels and plays more, remember these are guys that they didn't really play in preseason. All these guys were sitting for the most part. So as the season progresses, hopefully Tua continues to improve and stack up good game after good game after good game, and just improve. I think we'll see the offense play much better as the year goes on. But that's my one thing that I take from that game, and it made me happy.
416, what was the one thing that you took from the offense? And you can't use
offense.
Yeah, you can't use pre-snap movement.
Can't take pre-snap motion. Okay, I'll say Chase Edmonds will be a demon in the receiving game as a pass catcher out of the backfield. I think he's going to be a safety blanket for Tua. Obviously, we don't have a tight end out there right now to be that safety blanket. I think if Tua sees pressure coming, he can have Chase Edmonds leak out. So give me Chase Edmonds as a positive. And I think even though he didn't have the greatest running game, I think as a player, he's going to be used a lot in this offense.
All right, appreciate that. So everybody watching this video, we also appreciate you guys. Make sure you leave us a like on the video. Leave a comment below letting us know kind of what was your favorite moment from the Dolphins game. What was your favorite player, your player of the game? Any type of comment that you want. We need all that type of shit to help us beat this fucking algorithm as to sleep. Alex, what was your favorite moment or from the offense, or not moment, but what was your favorite takeaway from the offense on Sunday?
Watching Teron Armstead work was an absolute joy. That man, I couldn't tell you the last time. I actually could not tell. I don't think I've watched a better offensive lineman play for the Miami Dolphins. He looked like Jake Long was supposed to be. Absolutely shutting it down the entire game. Tua looked calm on that side of the field at least. Looked like he knew that he had a guy protecting him, and allowed Tua really to get his feet set a little bit more. He didn't play like a perfect game or anything, but watching Teron Armstead work and put Matthew Judon in prison for certain parts of the game was an absolute joy to watch, and I really hope he plays Sunday.
Yeah, so you kind of beat jumping the gun a little bit because that's one of the topics that I wanted to get to. We all knew it was coming. It's Teron Armstead. Like, let's be real. We all knew it was coming. I didn't expect it to start week 1. Okay, so like, it's troubling. It's troubling. And you got another tackle out there that ain't fucking playing. Kendall, what was your favorite offensive takeaway from Sunday?
Yak on yak. That was something that I told my man Threat, who ain't here today, that I wanted to see, more yak from Waddle, seeing him break 2 tackles because 2 people hit him, and to break that off, that was real nice to see. And then everybody was getting to it. They ran like some college ass play where they threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, which actually was a long handoff to Cedric Wilson, who needs to learn how to get first downs when first downs are there. Also, it's something about that last name.
Albert Wilson. Albert Wilson vibe, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, that last name Wilson and at receiver in the Dolphins jersey, I don't know what it is with them in first downs, but they allergic to them motherfuckers. But yeah, everybody was yacked up, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't the Henny, so I fuck with it. That was my takeaway that I like to see.
I think my takeaway was kind of to Kendall's point. Like, I liked seeing the Dolphins have an elite offensive player on the field. Like, I like them having a one-of-one type guy on the field. Everybody know I ain't the biggest Dolphins fan.
It's been so long, bro.
But like, just
it's never been
right. For my sake to have to watch it, like, it's nice to be like, okay, at least I get to see this every week. So that's kind of like, that was my primary takeaway, getting to watch Tyreek Hill play football. So that was pretty exciting. Now let's do the other side of the ball. Kendall, we're going to start with you. Defensively, what was your favorite part of the defense on Sunday?
Cater Kohu, and that's it. Bro played 17 snaps. He had like a pass defense. He forced a fumble, and he had a tackle for loss. So that's 3 of his 17 snaps. Like, that's high impact, like, play right there. But besides that, yeah, Cater Kohu and X, you know what I'm saying? That other than still the same. I mean, that defense, they got off the hook because they was playing the Patriots. I'm really down on them. Like, I ain't see no pass rush, no nothing.
I kind of want to follow up on that. What was your biggest disappointment from the defense?
Hey, Jalen Phillips. He was just, and he got respected from day one. Like, even last year, Bill Belichick like double teamed him and shit. Like, a few times they did. But yeah, he was stonewalled. And that's a little, I ain't like to see that. You know what I'm saying? I am a fellow Cane, and he is a Cane too. So it was just like, damn, bro, like, you supposed to be my dog when I don't want to go in on you, but your ass was trash, boy. Like, I need to see a couple pressures or something. But that D-line in general, bro, they hit Mac Jones 3 times. Mac Jones is not a mobile quarterback. And, 2 of the 3 times they send blitzes in. It's just like, you're not going to be able to win games if you just got a blitz to get to the quarterback. And that has been a problem. And now we down Byron, so I don't know what they're going to do. Them boys need to step it up on the D-line and getting pressure. So that was my biggest disappointment. Me
and 416 had a conversation about Jalen immediately following the post-game show on Sunday. And it was a very similar conversation where it was like, damn, I really wish I saw more. Like, and so I'm expecting him to kind of like pick it up as the season go on, but right now he's not very impressive to the start. Alex, what was the best part of the defense to you? And then I guess we'll go around and let everybody talk about their biggest disappointment too.
Best part of the defense was Brandon Jones. I thought he had a fantastic game. I mean, he got the call from Boyer to have that blitz, but he timed that. You can't time it any better. Like, he does a really good job of hiding behind his teammates, to be honest with you, hiding behind Jalen Phillips, hiding behind Agba to sneak around, and he lit Mac Jones the hell up. Like, he knows where to hit the quarterback to force a fumble. And I just think ever since the Ravens game last year, Brandon Jones has just been getting better each and every week. We all have his concern. We all share the same concerns with his coverage. He looks great in coverage against the Patriots. I know it doesn't mean shit because they have the worst skill position unit in the NFL and it's not close. But, we would like to see it continuously. That'd be great because if he can cover, the Dolphins have a top 3 safety combination in the NFL, in my opinion. I just think that. I don't think it's as good as what they got in Buffalo yet, but Holland is a complete stud. And if Brandon Jones is already going to be doing all this stuff with the blitzes and stuff, if he can cover, then the sky's the limit for the safety tandem for real.
No, absolutely. And what was your biggest disappointment from the defense?
Biggest disappointment had to be the run defense, man. You knew the Patriots were going to come in and try to run the ball. And if they did not get that scoop and score, the Patriots would not have had to throw their way back into the game. So that was a big thing for me at the beginning part of the game. Stevenson and Harris were doing whatever the hell they wanted, man. And I know Wilkins and Sealer had a couple of nice stops on like 3rd and 4th down. But the first down run game, like the first 2 downs when the Patriots wanted to run, they could run in between the tackles. I mean, Stevenson kicked it to the outside a few times, and he's not considered a speed back. So Landon Roberts, bro, this is at you, man. Get your shit together, bro. I don't know how many times you got to be elected a captain for you to not make an open field tackle. You have to make an open field tackle, my man. I know he delivers like 1 or 2 4th and 1 stops every year that gets everybody fired up. But I'm going to be honest with you, this dude's trash, and he can't make an open field tackle. And I think we might need to invest in that Gesicki, call Chicago, see what it takes to get Roquan Smith type beat, because he cannot make an open field tackle, and he's damn near the middle linebacker. So run defense was the biggest concern for me. It starts with the Landon Roberts because that's what he's here to do.
Do I smell a new agenda in the network, my boy?
Oh, my God. It might have to be. Go look at the tape. This dude could – Ramondre Stevenson looked like Barry Sanders. And this dude has slow-ass feet. I mean, like, he's just bad. He's not good, and he's a carryover from the Flores thing because he used to be a Patriot guy. He says things the right way. And when he actually squares you up, he hits you pretty hard. So I'm sure for the coach holding the bag, he must seem like a pretty good fucking player. But anytime space, speed, footwork are involved, the dude stinks. Flat out. He's terrible.
JMV, what was your favorite part of the defense on Sunday?
It was definitely Brandon Jones, but just to push back on that, in terms of the run defense, I don't want to say the run defense as a whole was bad. The front 4, where I actually thought were very good. There's actually a stat that 39% of that game, we stopped them to 0 or negative yardage. It was every time that the running back would get past the initial front line, the linebackers were complete garbage. That was a disappointment. And it's all of them, from Jerome Baker to Landon Roberts to Van Ginkel didn't get a lot of playing time, but every linebacker that was out there was garbage. All right, it was either we stopped them at the line or right behind the line, or the guy was getting 10 yards the entire game. But Brandon Jones.
Is it fair to say, in your opinion, that we don't have linebackers like besides Landon Roberts?
No, I agree. Okay.
100%.
I'm not sold of any of our linebackers. That includes Jerome Baker. But in terms of the person that I was most impressed with, it was Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones was absolutely phenomenal the entire game. We've ranked on him the entire offseason on his pass coverage, and he was, as he said, it is the Patriots, but he was pretty good. I saw games last year where we played teams that didn't have good receivers, and Brandon Jones was getting cooked, and he actually didn't get cooked, so that is a plus. And Jalen Phillips, disappointment. His only stat was an assisted tackle. Yeah. Just putting that out there. That's his only registered stat in an entire game.
That is troubling, my God.
Did he not get a fumble recovery?
Yeah, he had the fumble recovery.
When Cater smoked Aguilar?
When Cater smoked him, but that's it.
Yeah.
And that's not that big of a deal.
But that is troubling because like a lot of people, I expected him and Javon Holland to take a similar type leap, like to help be parts of like the cornerstones of this defense to help carry them to like another level. And I just did not see that. 416, I skipped you on the question because JMV had been sitting there for a long time without talking. So, but I didn't forget you, my boy. Talk about what you like from the defense.
All right, so because JMV took the same guy as Alex, I'll give you 2 for $1 just because one of them is more low-key. Obviously, we got shout out Xavier Howard. He's the best cornerback in the NFL. If Jalen Ramsey isn't, then it's number 25 in Miami, man. Xavier Howard was awesome. Dude, the only thing that went against his way was a bad call by the referee. I can't believe they called that a holding when he's just trying to figure out where he is by touching his back. That was crazy. And then the other guy who's a little bit more low-key was Raekwon Davis, man. He was great in that game. When he was taken out, our run defense really suffered. And when he was in the game, we really, really did a better job of stopping the run. So shout out Raekwon Davis. As for my disappointment, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go with the other inside linebacker, Jerome Baker, man. Could not get up blocks. Like, he's actually a decent defender in space just because of his speed. And, like, I think his pass coverage is a little bit overrated. But, again, his speed makes up for that. But, man, his ability to get up blocks, it doesn't really exist. So once an offensive lineman gets his hands on him, it's really tough for him to kind of be a guy to be a force in that run game and make an impact in that run defense game. So Jerome Baker's my guy I was disappointed in because he could have really helped out.
That was kind of fun. And we didn't do it for offense. So let's do that shit for offense. Alex, we're going to start with you this time, my boy. What was your favorite part of the offense?
Favorite part or biggest disappointment?
No, biggest disappointment because we did the favorite part.
I'll keep it a buck. 100% Tua. He left points on the field. I thought everybody on the offense did their job except like as best as they could have, except for him. I could have told you the tight ends, but to be honest with you, I actually don't think the tight ends were a part of the game plan at all. Like, it would not surprise me if Mike McDaniel looks at the tight end room and he just says, we don't have a fucking tight end. We don't have one. We don't use one. It's a decoy. Because I don't know, man. Like, he just, they don't even look at him. And it's not like Tua last year looked at tight ends more than anything besides Jalen Waddle. Was Smythe, was Gesicki, was anything. He wouldn't even look at them. So for me, I thought Tua a couple of times had so much time that he didn't know what to do. Like, I think he's been so used to just running around like a headless chicken when there's fucking shit in front of his face that he actually stood there and was like, whoa, it's been 5 seconds and I haven't thrown the ball. What the hell should I do? And he kind of reverted back to Alabama Tua, which was like, I'm going to try and make a play. And he kind of forgets that anytime someone has hands on him, he's going down. He cannot be one of these guys that is getting ripped down by a freaking corner and trying to make a throw. And he doesn't have to be that guy. Just know who you are. I thought he left some points on the table. I thought he played like a fine game, just like we've been saying all for last year. But there were some reads he made that I were like, yikes. But, he made the biggest play of the game, which was the play over the middle to Waddle. And he's the guy who forced the linebacker to move that way, forced Bentley to move that way. So I'll give him that. But out of everybody on the offense, I have to say he did his job the worst, if I had to give someone. But he definitely did.
JMV, your biggest
I think Tua definitely left points on the board. But if you're telling me my biggest disappointment, it was the run game. The one thing that you envisioned when Mike McDaniel was called as the head coach of the Dolphins was he's going to bring an explosive run game to this team. Everywhere this guy has been, they've had a run game. It didn't matter who the hell was back there at running back. They had a run game, and we have playmakers. We got Chase Edmonds. We got Raheem Mostert. I don't even want to mention the other two guys. It's just strictly those two. But we couldn't run the damn ball for shit the entire game.
It was only them two the whole game, though. Like, I didn't see anybody else.
I don't think I saw Gaskin either, and I'm glad. That makes me happy. But that's got to be the biggest disappointment, man. We couldn't run the ball at all. I don't think the run blocking was good at all. To add on to that, but that was definitely my biggest disappointment. Like with Tua, we know what he is. I mean, if he plays better, then we're all happy. We're Dolphins fans. We want the win at the end of the day. Nobody wants him to not succeed.
Speak for yourself, brother. Y'all is Dolphins fans. Shit, but with the way Green Bay played, I might be over
Christmas, man.
I'm gonna be over this bitch selling out, boy. Who? Bitch, I'm gonna have on a Tua jersey on Christmas. Fuck is you talking about? Did you see Green Bay play football?
Oh, I watched the whole game, man.
We all saw that.
That shit was terrible, boy.
Shout out C-Dub with the drop, baby.
Wide open, first play of the game.
Bro.
Yeah. Then I was over with after that, bro. I had on my tail my aqua and whatever the fuck the colors is. Kendall, what was your biggest disappointment, bro?
Yeah, I gotta say the run game, cause like I'm a double up. Fuck that. I heard too much shit for that shit to look the same. I seen the Flores team run for about almost 200 against the Patriots before, so it's like, hey, bro, they wasn't even at 3 yards. Yeah, we got Heather. Shout out. Hey there, you guys. I don't know. True wall guy. I guess that's Alex.
That's
Call of
JMB.
Duty looking guy.
That's definitely
No, I know. I was just gonna say who it was to every different person.
Yeah.
But shout out Heather though. Yeah, man, that run game super duper ass, bro. Like, come on, cousin. Like, Mike McDaniel, he was being stubborn, and I kind of like it to some degree, but it's just like he kept running that pitch play, and he didn't give a fuck. He thought that pitch play, bro. I'm gonna be honest. They done ran that pitch play that is actually like a counter instead of like an outside pitch play, like so much in San Francisco already, like that. Y'all ain't finna fool the Patriots. You ain't fooling Bill Belichick with that shit. So, but I do like the stubbornness because maybe you could catch a team lacking. But the run game was ass. And then two in that fourth quarter, bro. Like, bro duck, man. Like, he just get wacky, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, bro is really like doing his thing right now, and he just do stupid shit, bro. And I can't get down with that shit, bro. It's like.
There's 2 plays a game where you just look at it and you're like, what the fuck did he just
like,
do? Thing?
Bro, like,
no.
I don't know who he really think he's him. But it's like, bro, just be who you are, bro.
Yes, just
No,
know
bro,
who you are.
it's
Just know.
crazy because sometimes you're like, yo, have some confidence, do some shit. And then when he finally does, you're like, why the fuck was that the time he decided to do it?
Yeah, bro, like.
Yo,
bro,
let me tell you, I had Kendall When Kendall told me Tua's having a pretty nice game at halftime, I was like, "Oh, he about to fuck this up."
Like, bro, he was playing. He was having a A+ game up to that point, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and then that third quarter, like even I like the third quarter drive before I watched all 22 and seen that he missed Chase Edmonds, which led to our field goal because that came after like the Patriots scored their first points. Like I like that. Okay, they put points on the board. You come back, get the defense rest, even though it really wasn't him. Everything was honestly, I think every pass was thrown within 5 yards, and then everybody was just yacked up. That's why I love the Yak City. But yeah, bro, I can't do the Sam Darnold shit, bro. Like, bro, like Smythe right there, bro, for a first down on the 3rd and 1, and you over here trying to like throw that shit down the field to who I don't know, which it should have been picked.
This because it wasn't nobody there but Patriots.
Bro, and one they played pass defense on each other. Like,
I do gotta say this: does anybody and I love Tua, but does anybody in the National Football League have more drop picks than Tua?
No.
I don't know if it's the lefty thing, but there are a lot of dudes just flat out drop his fucking picks. Like the Patriots dropped one, and you're like, bro, I don't know what it is.
I thought he threw a catchable ball, bro.
That what Tua said?
Yeah.
I mean, what Tyrese said. 416. I want to make sure that we get your biggest disappointments on offense, bro.
All right, so I was going to specify Connor Williams, but I guess I can say the entire offensive line. I'll go on Connor Williams first. Everyone talks about the run blocking. What run blocking? We had no fucking run game, so I don't know what run blocking we're talking about with Connor Williams. And then outside of the run blocking, he was ass, dude. He was too high snaps. The pass blocking was horrible. And for the entire offensive line, it's like the Patriots, obviously they knew we were going to be a play-action heavy team, but it seemed like Tua was getting pressured a lot, especially on those play-actions. So the offensive line was decent in pass blocking, but it was shit in run blocking. So I'll say the offensive line for sure.
Okay. Debbie, did you have a Connor Williams stat? You had 2 stats for me pregame that you ain't said yet in 30 minutes.
Put that up because it's true.
What?
This last comment, bro. Goodness gracious.
Listen, I was in Cooperstown, bro. You know what they used to call me, bro? They used to call me Big Munchkin, and I would rave, bro. You don't understand. I would come up there, bro. Little chubby kid, bro, in Cooperstown. You already know, and they be saying, back up, big hitter, bro. You already know. They call me Big Munchkin, bro, when I was playing. That's a real story, bro.
Nah, Alex, you really look like that kid who had to stare off into the camera. And, like, he kept, like, going like this or something. Or the College World Series. I don't know which one it was.
No, I think that was the Little League. I think you're right.
No, for sure. Well, okay, so I think I like 416 bringing up the offensive line because that's going to lead me to the next game. And my biggest concern for you guys is your offensive line in that next game. So, Kendall, we're going to start with you, bro. Like, how concerning is it that Teron Armstead is doing Teron Armstead's thing and you guys might not have Austin Jackson either? So you might be missing your 2 starting tackles going up against Baltimore.
Hey, they brought in the offensive guru. Chris Greer ain't make no he could have drafted another guy in the draft. I'm guessing they say Chris Greer listen to what his coach tells him. So coach must have said these guys are good enough. I heard a lot of bragging and boasting about the offensive line and how all these coaches have backgrounds in O-line, Matt Applebaum, Frank Smith, this. I don't want to hear none of that shit because this is the group you chose. This is the group you rocking with. I don't want to hear Tua don't got time. If y'all boys go out there and give up some sacks and all that extra shit and it's bad, I don't want to hear no complaining because this is what y'all signed up for. Y'all know these boys was ass and y'all chose to sit there. And then the one good person that you got, the 2 decent, one good and one decent that you got, you decided to move him to center that he ain't played since college, and the other one is always hurt.
But bro, he just snapped a couple balls in preseason. Not even in the game. It was like pregame he did it. And they're like, yeah, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, so I don't give a fuck about none of that O-line shit. Offense better be able to run the ball, because if not, I'm going to just come back here and say the same thing. Hey, y'all said Flores couldn't run no offense. That offense scored 13 points. Bitch, if they don't score at least 27 points, I'm going to be on their ass all year. Because Mac Jones led the Patriots team last year to 27 points per game. And all I heard was, oh, he had a run game. Well, bitch, Tua's supposed to have one too, because he got a coach that know how to scheme up run game.
He a guru, they say.
Hey, I don't want to hear it. Go make it happen. Go
Hey.
make it happen.
I fuss with it though, but before we go to JMV, the boy talk about relying on them backups, and you know what that means. When you got to need a backup, you need to get you some insurance. Like the primary sponsor of the basement, which is CFIA Insurance Advisors or Simple Health Advisors. For those of you who cannot read, so they are the primary sponsor of the basement. Insurance doesn't need to be complicated. You can make sure you send them an email or give them a call and tell them that the basement sent you. You can send them an email at jpole@simplehealthadvisors.com or give them a phone call at 321-345-7738. Again, that's Simple Health Advisors. Make sure you tell them that the basement sent you, and we appreciate them for always sponsoring the network. So, JMV, I'm going to come to you. Same question, bro.
Bro, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go on the opposite side of all of you guys. In terms of the offensive line, with the pass blocking, I am not worried one bit. I'm worried a little bit about Greg Little at right tackle. Not a little. I'm very worried about Greg Little at right tackle.
Jesse Davis vibe.
I'd rather see Robert Hunt at right tackle and Robert Jones at right guard. I liked what I saw from them. But when you compare the offensive line from last year and Tua's 2.37 seconds of time to throw the damn football versus week 1 against a pretty decent New England Patriots pass rush, he had 2.93 seconds. All right. So if that guy's getting sacked, that's on Tua. Right. It is what it is. He had plenty of time.
But you have to factor in that you might not have your two bookends. Like you might not have your right or left tackle in this game, Jay.
Oh, at that point, I'm fucking scared shitless. But I expect Teron Armstead to play. Let's see what happens with Greg Little. But I expect Teron Armstead to play in that game. So I'm not worried about their pass blocking one bit. I need Tua to test the secondary against the Ravens. Honestly, they're a little banged up in that secondary. If you're not testing that secondary, we're going to have a problem. You're not going to live that entire game off the middle of the field. Their front four is explosive. They have a very good front four, and we got to put points on the board to beat the Ravens, because I promise you Lamar Jackson will put points on the board, whether it be by himself or if his receivers help him, but he will put points on the board.
That is a one-man offense. You hear me?
For sure.
That is a
one-man elite talent right there.
They had the best tight end in football last year. Don't sleep on Mark Andrews.
No, that boy's a baller. Yeah. Mark Andrews is a baller.
But no, I think JMV makes a good point about how explosive Baltimore's defensive line could be. Not JMV. I'm sorry. What's up, bro?
No, I just want to read the names: Calais Campbell, Owe, Josh Bynes, Patrick Queen, Justin Houston,
Michael Pierce too, bro.
I see Michael Pierce. I just don't know too much about Michael Pierce.
Yeah, he's big nose tackle.
You know what that means for the game plan? You know what that means for the game plan?
What's the game plan?
Go pull up the playbook from last year. RPO, get the ball out fucking quick, bro. If Teron Armstead isn't playing, if Teron Armstead doesn't play,
RPO, here we
bro,
go.
if Teron Armstead doesn't play, what are you gonna do? Let Tua get killed?
True.
If Liam's playing left tackle, bro, Eichenberg, we are fucked. With capital F.
If Liam's playing regardless, bro, I'm gonna be real.
I think Teron's gonna play. I think Teron's gonna play because I think he knows that if he doesn't play, we're fucked.
He finished the game too. He finished that game and he got a rest today. It was a vet's rest. It's not like he couldn't practice if they needed him to practice.
How much rest does this motherfucker need?
Bro, give him as much as he needs.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. Load manage him, bro.
Yeah, I don't need to practice him, bro. Just be there on game day.
Whatever it takes for this guy to get on Sunday. I don't care if you got to bring a witch doctor in, bro. Do whatever the fuck it takes. To
bring the pickle juice.
Bro, light the candles, Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off.
I was about to say, bro, bring him in.
You got to do. Get this guy out there on Sundays. He doesn't have to play Monday through Saturday. I really don't. Just get him out there on Sundays, man. Please.
No, I fucks with that because that is to somebody's earlier point. I forgot who said it. Teron Armstead being out there on that line did make an impact. Like like for anybody who says that it didn't, like they're just fucking lying. Like that man, like he literally walked off an entire side. Yeah, he walked off an entire side of the field, bro. Not once did you hear Liam Eichenberg's name in a negative connotation. How many times last year were we just hearing the announcers being like, we don't know what Liam is doing. He doesn't recognize the stunt. He's on his knees, pause, and looking back at the computer, spearheading Tua into the fucking ground. I mean, come on, man. We had dudes looking at each other last year because they didn't know a stunt. I mean, and what's crazy is that Liam would go ask Jesse Davis. He'd be like, hey, vet, captain, leader, well, do you know what this is? And Jesse Davis would say, my man, I've never seen that shit in my life before.
Don't you see Jacoby's in the game because they let AJ Espinosa spearhead Tua into the fucking ground?
4 times.
It is a difference, bro. Toronto Armstead makes that difference alone because these young guys aren't asking Jesse Davis for help and answers to the questions on the quiz. They're asking Toronto Armstead. There's a difference, man. Again, whatever it takes to get this man out here on Sundays, bro.
Connor Williams too.
I love Jesse Davis slander. It's actually my favorite part. It's one of the reasons why I joined this panel was Jesse Davis slander is my favorite. Let's I forgot the original question that I asked, but I know I skipped 416J, so I'm just gonna go to you first on my new fucking question. Which is, what is your biggest overall kind of like worry about the game against Baltimore? We're gonna transition now to kind of like the preview side of this.
All right, so obviously we've talked about the offensive line, and I don't want to just say that just because we already know we are fucked if that happens. The thing I'll say is Lamar Jackson, man. This guy is a stud. He can, like you said, he could be a one-man show and just run all over you. He'll put up points by himself. I know what we did to him last year, but I feel like he might want to, a little revenge game action. Like we saw what we did to him last year. We kind of put him in a box. So I'm assuming they know what they're like, what to expect. So honestly, other than that, it is the offensive line. I do like what we can do in all the other matchups on the field, to be honest with you. So other than the offensive line, the only thing I can even come up with is Lamar Jackson, just because he's such a stud. He's such a game changer, right? Like even if he has nothing, he can just create a 70-yard touchdown of nothing. So he's the guy you have to watch out for. I'm hoping for Jalen Phillips to have a bounce back game here. That was one of his standout games last year when he showed off his speed to keep up with a guy like Lamar Jackson. So that's what I appreciate. It's the headset, man. It's the headset, Heather. If I didn't have the headset on, you wouldn't think I'd play Call of Duty, but
oh, shout out to my boy Stone in the comments. He said the boy 416J spitting.
Shout out Stone, bro.
Meat munch.
Actually, somebody should have sent Stone the goddamn invite because Stone a Ravens fan, so we should have him on here for his perspective.
Yeah, his ass on for the post game if we win.
Yeah, if we lose, break his ass on too. Alex, kind of what's your biggest fear from the game on Sunday?
For sure is if LeBron, Jesus Christ, if Lamar Jackson, he's gonna look like
Same
LeBron. He's gonna look like LeBron James when he fucking sees a Landon Roberts in open space and sees baby food, and he's gonna fucking put him on a grill. We're fucked. All of our 3 linebackers against Lamar Jackson in space is a major problem. I don't want to come in with the same game plan last year, but I don't know what else we can do, like to game plan against him. That's our best shot against him. So Lamar is obviously going to be the biggest concern for me. Whenever we're playing the Ravens. And also, to be honest with you, I think Mark Andrews could give us a little bit of trouble. I know that we did a great job against Hunter Henry last week, but Mark Andrews is a very, very good player. I think 416J was talking about how good he is. He was probably the best tight end in the NFL last year. I think he's 3rd behind Kelsey and Kittle. That's it. So I think he could give us some problems because, I don't know, I didn't love how we were covering Hunter Henry. We had a lot of corners on him, which it works for Hunter Henry when Mac Jones is throwing the ball at Duke Riley's ass cheek. Like that, it'll work, but it's not going to work against Lamar Jackson. So I'm a little bit concerned about Mark Andrews too.
So I have a nasty Travis Kelce agenda. I hate that man. Like
no way.
Bro,
really?
I recognize he's a wide receiver who plays tight end. Like I recognize that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something totally different.
You thought I was about to say something blasphemous like he's trash?
No, I thought, you said wide receiver. I thought you were like, he's white, he's ass. I was like, oh, shit.
I mean, we're not doing. Watch these basketball streams when them bitches come around. I got a.
That's a different sport. Though.
I got a nasty white man. I got a nasty white man agenda 416. If you want to know, I
know you love Tyler Hero.
What?
Duncan Robinson, the homie. Yeah,
First off, let's keep this thing strictly about football. I don't want that demon coming out on this stream. JMV, let's talk about what you're most worried about when it comes to the game on Sunday.
Bro, that's an obvious question, my guy. Lamar fucking Jackson. We need to keep that guy in the
give me something else. We got 2 people talking about Lamar Jackson. Everybody's worried about Lamar Jackson.
Ain't nothing else. You think those receivers worry you? I'm not worried about no fucking receivers on that team, man. I'm just worried about
Lamar. Bro. Aren't you worried?
Yo,
no.
Lamar Jackson needs to stay in a box. If that man, I don't. It's not even about open space. That man gets out on the backfield and he rolls out. You give him a 2, 3, 4 extra seconds, bro. Listen, anybody can get open against Nick Needham, even Cole or whatever his name is. Anybody aside from Xavier Howard, and you can be out there. And you got 4, 5, 6 seconds to run around. I promise you will get open, Royal. I need Lamar Jackson in a box. That guy cannot get out of there.
First of all, JMV, I'm a specimen. You hear me, bro? I'm not just your regular type guy.
This makes me feel better about Sunday.
You know what I'm saying?
This comment makes me feel better about Sunday.
Because the Ravens have never had success covering Tyreek Hill. I don't think very many people
know that they haven't lost a home opener since 2015.
Oh, yeah.
That makes you feel better?
That makes me feel better because teams, I mean, eventually you get like 5, 6, 7 years of doing that and someone just catches you on a bad day. And they're coming off a big win. That would, you know.
I wouldn't call the Jets a big win, right?
It was 10-3 at halftime. It was 10-3 at halftime. That's almost an embarrassing ass loss.
It's still the Jets, man.
I will say this that they probably don't want to run the risk of falling 10 points behind the Dolphins. Because I think if you get 10 points behind them, then they may have enough offense to be able to keep y'all at bay, keep them at bay for the rest of that game. Kendall, what's your biggest worry? I know, bro. I know that boy is team. I know that's him over there now. He can do special things, but like you know what I mean. I just don't think that team overall is as solid as it once was. So you know what I mean. Like he can do a lot, but like I think y'all will be able to kind of just stave off the run. But what's your biggest worry for Sunday's game?
I'm a real nigga. I ain't worried about nothing. We finna go in there and get that dub. But nah, realistically, the run game, bro. I ain't coming up off of. I'm on their head top because they said we were gonna have a run game. Cause run the ball against the Ravens. I need a $120.
Oh my god! Like you need a $120 combined, like from the whole backfield.
Yeah. Oh yes. Everybody involved. I don't give a fuck if it's Hill, if it's Waddle. I don't give. And if you get a 60-yarder, it ain't the same because.
What if Tua adds 40 on that?
Then Tua adds 40. What?
He's had it against the Patriots, man.
Nah, bro. If Tua runs for 40 yards, bro, then it must be a bad weather game because that boy. I
ain't seen him run since the college.
The Patriots, like, the Patriots came last year. That's the only time I ever seen that man run the ball. The Cardinals.
One time, Tua ran that bitch against the Jets and gave motherfucker that hammock.
Oh, that's true. That
bitch look like Jerome Bettis out there. Don't you fuck with?
I bet he won't.
Michael Carter had ass.
His rookie year, he gave Buda Baker the work.
Henry out there.
And no, don't do it, please don't do it. Don't mention the Cardinals game. Don't do it, please.
Oh
no.
God!
Come on. The Cardinals game is the greatest Dolphins game of all time. It's the greatest Dolphin game of all time.
If I was in the basement account logged in, I would remove you from the stream. But because I done seen Chad Henne do some things, no, I'm
Say let's go.
Yes, sir. Fuck is you talking about?
Go ahead, get your shit out, bro.
But nah, they gotta run that ball, bro. Because if they don't run the ball, the Tyreek Hill done shitted on fucking Marlon Humphrey.
Mm-hmm.
So did Jalen Waddle, baby.
And not really, but you know, I don't trust Tua to make them type of plays that I've seen Tyreek Hill shit on them doing. So if they can't run the ball, bro, we got some issues. Cause like I'm gonna just keep it a B.
Well, you already said y'all was going in there and getting the win, so I want to keep that sunshine shit going. What's the biggest advantage that you think the Dolphins have versus the Ravens? Kendall, we start with you, bro.
Tyreek Hill. That's literally the only advantage that they have. I don't give a fuck who from their secondary. Marcus Peters, Chuck Clark, what's the man name? Marcus Williams, Marlon Humphrey. Unless you put two of them motherfuckers on them at one time, which they will not do because that's not how football is played. I mean, two corners, and I don't even mean a safety help. Because
I was saying, lucky Marcus Williams is elite. I like.
Oh no, Marcus Williams is very good.
I got the baller. I got the ball.
Yeah. But I don't see. That's the only advantage that we have, bro.
Jay,
in X against whoever their receiver is.
I was about to say the only other thing is not even the corners. It's just Xavier Howard. They don't have the receivers to try and exploit the fact that we don't have Byron Jones. So give me Xavier
really
Howard as a little
advantage?
bit of
what X?
It's not even an advantage because the quarterback could just say, all right, I'm just not going to throw over there.
No, that's true. But he can take away just whoever you want. Like, take any receiver if you want to take him out the game, put X on him.
But considering the Ravens receiving core,
you ain't going to put X in the middle of the field to guard Mark. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
But I fucks with it, though. Like, I do think that X is probably he's a better DB than any wide receiver that they have on their roster by far. Like it's by a wide margin. Alex, what's the biggest advantage that you see for the Dolphins?
The Ravens have a lot of injuries on their offensive line. I think Jalen Phillips could have a bounce back game. Listen, he's the only defensive lineman who is somewhat fast enough to maybe get Lamar Jackson by a shoestring tackle. Like he's the only, like I like Agba, but he's just a little bit slower compared to Jalen is. So I think our defensive line, they're on, I think their second or third string left tackle, and Juwan James just tore his Achilles again, former Dolphin quote unquote legend, tore his Achilles. So listen, man, if there was a time for the front four to like really bounce back, because I know the Dolphins are going to want to blitz Lamar and all this stuff, but if you blitz Lamar and he makes that safety miss, you're done. Because then you've left the space open completely for him to take over. And I've already told you what's going to happen when he sees Landon Roberts. So I need the front four to step up big time. We've got injuries on the offensive line, so their front four should dominate. Same with our front four. I think this should be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, Landon Roberts won't even see Lamar Jackson.
I'm going like 4 to 6 fucking cornerbacks and just rocking, bro. Like
dime nickel all day.
That boy playing the big nickel off of man.
Or you run up the cover zero and you force one of the receivers to get open quickly. But if you're going to run cover zero and you actually get to Lamar, you better bring him down.
Listen, bro, if you run a cover zero, you cannot miss, bro. That's what I'm saying. You're going to miss. You're going to miss.
Yep.
Because Needham is back there, bro.
Yeah, you go miss, and he's going to torch you. JMV, what's the biggest advantage that Miami has over Baltimore?
Our playmakers versus their playmakers. I don't give a fuck who they got in that secondary. I trust our playmakers are going to get yak in that game. And I know for a fact Baltimore will not. The only way they're going to win this game is on the ground, whether it be J.K. Dobbins, who I think is going to play this game, or Lamar Jackson, who is fascinating to watch. But that's the only way they're going to beat us. I trust our playmakers. Tua only got to throw the ball 4 yards, man. Let Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill or Cedric Wilson, Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert. We got a fuck ton of them. Let them do the work.
Did you see our tackling Sunday?
Oh, that was a concern, but it was week one. That's normal.
Landon Roberts is built like a Mack truck. Open field tackle. I'm not trying to like harp on
bro, unless it's between the tackles, he's not doing shit. He's not doing shit unless it's between the tackles.
Landon aside, the whole team struggled to tackling.
You see how scarred
it happens every year.
I do, bro. Like
you see how scarred they are. My man JMV is so down bad that he said, "I said, did you see the tackling week one?" He said, "It's week one. That is normal.
It is.
My brother,
every year.
It is not normal.
It is normal for the Dolphins."
No, okay. Let's say that then. You got to throw that at the end.
That's a whole different scheme right there. When you talk about
even when we got the good defense, it's normal for us to struggle week one with the tackling. They'll get that shit together.
Another concern that we have is ball security, fam.
That I agree. I even saw my man Tyreek Hill lose the ball.
Yeah, but it ain't about just Tyreek Hill. Like, I'm worried about Tua in terms of ball security. Like, I know a couple people mention it. Like, he always has that one kind of error where he's giving the ball to the other team, and then it's the fumbling thing that happens. Like, pair that with him trying to do too much.
It's trying to extend plays. Man had the same problem since Alabama, man. Just fucking tuck it and go down.
Yeah, but
if you can throw it away, just go down.
If he had it since Alabama, do you see him fixing that for the Dolphins?
Fuck no. That's the problem.
One of the reasons why he gets strip sacked so much is that he's just small. Like, he's just a smaller individual compared to the defensive lineman killing it. Like, it's just like when he had a strip sack again. I know somebody fell on it, right? Connor Williams fell on it right away or something.
Yeah.
But especially in the NFL, and he's known this since college, these dudes are just like so much bigger than him. When he gets tackled, like, he needs to be the quarterback, just like Brady. How many times does Brady throw the ball with two dudes on it? Like, only Josh Allen, only Mahomes, only Herbert, like only a few of the quarterbacks do that. Like, he just needs to know that I'm not that guy. I'm not the type of guy to carry 3 linebackers and still make a throw, which is fine. Be about timing, be about anticipation. Those are all your strong suits, because he drops the ball so many times on these sacks, and it's going to cost them. Like, I'm telling you, there's only so many drop picks and what is it? Like, recovered fumbles for us that we can have before eventually the ball's going to bounce the other way and the cornerback's actually going to make a play. And then we're going to sit here and there's going to be a game where he's got 3 turnovers, and that's the reason why we lost.
That boy Tua said he Big Ben in this whole fuck is you talking
Literally,
about.
he's straight. That's what he does to do. It's insane.
So before we get to game predictions, JMV, I'm finna put you on the spot. Give us a topic to talk about. Last topic of the night before we do game predictions.
The topic to talk about. The guy everybody wants to know about, Tua. How do you guys think he's going to match up against that front four, which we'll get to him? And is he going to test the secondary? Like, how do you guys think he's going to perform against Baltimore? He played decent in a half against Baltimore last year. I don't want to say he was the hero of that game, but
please don't. Please fucking don't.
It feels like he played
in that half or 3/4 of a half. He played decent. How do you guys think he's going to play in that game?
Let's start with JMV on that question.
I think he's going to have.
I'm sorry, not you. Fuck you. I keep looking. I'm looking at Jay, and I'm thinking JMV. Like, so I'm looking at 416J. I just don't want to say 416 all the time.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You can just say J. It's all good.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say JMV. That's been happening.
That's fair. That's fair. Nah, I'll go 250. Give me 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's a good game for me. I think you let Waddle and Tyreek run loose. I don't think you're going to be throwing for too many yards in this game just because of the offensive line. I don't think it's going to be holding up. So give me 250, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
Is that what you want, or is that what you think he's going to get?
That's what I want. I think he'll probably go for like 240, like 1 touchdown, no picks.
Okay. So that's I don't want to do that. That's too many hypotheticals, but just kind of give me what you think Tua is going to do on Sunday. And Alex, we'll go with you.
I'll be honest with you, even though I'm a homer, I think Tua has a worse game this game than last game because I don't think the Ravens are going to blitz. I think they're going to look at their front four and they're going to say our front four should absolutely kill your offensive line, whether Tron's in there or not. And I think they're going to drop everybody back, and I think they're going to play a lot of zone. So I think a lot of short stuff, and I think Tyreek's going to feast in the zone enough to get just enough points to maybe squeak out a win. I think this is going to be a game where people are like, oh, I don't know about Tua. He didn't push the ball downfield. I don't think he will. I think he's going to attack the zone. I think there's going to be a lot. I know that they obviously blitz like crazy, but I don't think they have to against us. They blitzed like crazy last game against the Dolphins, and they lost. Like, it's just Tua is instinctually, he's actually better against the blitz than not because it forces him to make a fucking decision. And when he sits there longer and the longer he thinks about it, I hate to say it, it's just not as good. Like, that's where all the turnovers come from. When he's sitting there and he's waiting for something to happen and nothing happens, he thinks he can make it happen himself. And it doesn't work out. But when you blitz him and he's like, shit, it's time, I have to react, he actually does a better job. So I think the Ravens will say, no, we'll sit there and make you think and you'll fuck yourself over. Like, that's just what I think they'll do. And if Teron Armstead doesn't play, they will not blitz for shit. There will be no need to blitz. There will just be no need to blitz.
They're absolutely going to get home. They'll get home with 4. Kendall, what do you think Tua's game is going to look like on Sunday?
Y'all took that route. I'm going to take the other route. I'm going to tell you what it better look like. He better go in there because it's a franchise quarterback on the other side of the field. And this is y'all mans that y'all believe in. This is who they kept. They took him with the 5th pick.
This is going to be crazy.
He better go, if it's necessary, toe for toe with Lamar Jackson.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Wait, let me talk my shit. I don't care. Y'all saying what I'm saying what he better do.
Okay.
Even if it's in his own fucking way.
Bro, Scala's getting the fucking belt out, bro.
He don't got to be scrambling or nothing. He don't got to do no extra shit, no playmaking. But when his ass get the ball and they score, or we need a score, his ass better do it. I need at least. That secondary can be had because we got speed. And that's the one thing that Peters and fucking Tyreek Hill, what's his man name? Marlon Humphrey struggle against.
Mm-hmm.
Take advantage of it. And Mike McDaniel, he better, that's his name, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I said Josh. All right. Same, both white, same thing. I was thinking, like, they better take advantage of Marcus Peters being a little greedy. He like to jump routes. So I don't want no boneheaded plays. I don't want to see not a one. Unless it's just a great play by the defense, bro. I'm just tired of this shit. Fuck that. He got big boys coming up. And if y'all telling me this man to man, he got 3 weeks. You can prove it in the next 3 weeks, motherfucker.
I think I was a little bit too early to jump the gun on your opinion because when I heard he got to go blow for blow with Lamar Jackson, my mind just kind of like short-circuited. But when you said like go blow for blow in his own way, I think that's kind of like the key takeaway from that entire like
dink and dunk them. Shit,
Yeah,
fuck it. Dink
whatever.
and dunk them down the field. Like I don't care how you do it.
Don't be the reason your team loses the game, and if you have to be the reason they win it. Like so, I think I understand that because there is opportunities there for him. JMV, it was your question, so I was coming to you last. What are you expecting from Tua on Sunday?
Career game, simple. I saw Joe Flacco throw for 309 yards. Joe fucking Flacco. I don't even know how old that man is.
That's
career game.
Champion Joe Flacco.
He threw like 50 times too.
42 or some shit like that is what he threw. But I've seen Tua throw 40 times. It ain't it's fine. 300 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It's funny when y'all say certain quarterbacks' names and you say Joe fucking Flacco as if that's not Tua fucking Tagovailoa. Tua is not a better quarterback than Joe Flacco is in this here NFL.
Yes, he is.
Now, currently
today.
Today. So it's just like Tua ain't nothing to just shit on the other guy about because what the other guy did. Because Joe Flacco can read a
they say put respect on Joe.
Joe Flacco's elite. If you know,
I see him carry the Ravens to a Super Bowl.
You guys can put me on the spot on Sunday. Royo can put me on the spot himself on Sunday. 302 touchdowns.
And listen, the fearless leader of the Dolphins side, Kachi and Chisholm, will be back here to put you in your place. I am a role player on the Dolphins side. Fuck is you
302 touchdowns.
I'm like PG4 on this roster. Just being
y'all won't be able to shut me up on Sunday. Don't worry.
And listen, if they do what you say you're gonna do, we encourage you on this network. We encourage you to speak your truth. If you was right, tell motherfuckers you was right. And let them deal with the repercussions of that.
This is gonna be the new Arizona game.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get game score predictions. We're gonna call them early predictions. They are subject to change when you guys listen to our pregame show, pregame spaces that we're gonna have, halftime spaces, also a postgame show. If you're here now and you like this content, then you will like it on Sundays immediately after the game with these guys' live reactions. So make sure you check us out on those 3 things. But early, you guys will give your officials on Sunday morning. What is your early prediction for this game, JMV?
I was going to take the Stephen A. Smith route. You know how he said Justin Herbert was going to outscore the Raiders, but then pick the Raiders to win the game? No, 27-21 Dolphins. 27-21.
27-21 Dolphins. The boy Stone got y'all winning.
100-0.
Okay.
I'll take it.
It's a pregame video.
No, he's a Ravens fan, just saying it. Yeah. 27-21 Dolphins.
That's not how I read it.
We fucks with that anyway, Heather. You know, you long time, you OG status in the commenters. Alex, give me your predictions for the game.
I've got a final score of 20-17. I think it's low scoring. I think Tyreek Hill makes the play in the fourth quarter to set Dolphins up in field goal range, and Sanders actually makes the kick.
Okay. Like Jay?
I'm going to go 28-23 Dolphins.
I like it.
Okay. Kendall?
Hey, man. The Dolphins are going to lose this game.
I was waiting for it.
26-13. This offense scored 13 points last week against the New England, no secondary Patriots, no pass, like overrated defense. Y'all over here think that the Dolphins going to go over there and score more than 13 points? I got to see it, cuz.
Why does everybody? Okay, everybody thinks I'm from like the South, bro. I swear to God.
That boy from Boston.
Hey, my man, deer hunting, bro. You could be from any fucking where in my book.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to tell you, Wyoming,
North Dakota head ass boy.
I'm telling you, what Utah, Salt Lake City specifically face ass. What you talking about?
Sister wise head ass.
Amish looking no, but my prediction is closer to
Amish is crazy, bro.
My prediction is closer to Nando's than it is to y'all. I think y'all finna get y'all ass beat. Like I think we're looking at 23-10ish, like 28-6-17 is like y'all might get teens, but I don't know. I think the Ravens are a better team, or they have a better player on offense than you guys have. And that's not going to be the case in very many games. I think Tyreek Hill is an elite player. I think Lamar Jackson is the better offensive player. And I think he's better than your entire defense. And that's just what it boils down to. And I'm not sold on what your offense showed me in game 1. So until we see improvements there, then it's going to have a hard time for me to predict the Dolphins scoring like a high amount of games considering what I saw them do against the Patriots. But we're pushing up on an hour. I stretched this bitch out as long as I could talking about the Dolphins, and that's all I got for y'all. So thank you guys in the comments as always for joining us, making the show much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to the boys, JMV, Alex, and 416J. Of course, we got my boy from the Kane Gang, Kendall, over there in the corner. We appreciate y'all. Oh, I'm producing too. Give me just 1 second. Play the video, me.
Touchdown,